I remember the days when I lived in Hawaii, and a lot of people came from overseas. As you can remember, I had a tourist business in Hawaii where we were doing what we call the luau in Hawaii every night. I mean, 4 nights a week. And we became the number one luau show in the Hawaiian Islands. And then I remember talking to some friends who came from the mainland to Hawaii, and they were asking us about, hey, about, have you been to this hotel? Because it's just a normal thing. If you're living in a tourist destination, you take it for granted that people are looking to come to your place, and you take for granted every day. You just go there and you think, it's okay, it's another place. But then when you go and through the eyes of a tourist, look at what they are. You go to the Hawaiian Islands on the Kona coast, the Kohala coast. It's a field of lava, and then you look out and you see these amazing resorts at the end by the beach. So you go there, and I remember having the experience of going there firsthand as a user of the services. And my wife and I used to go and celebrate our anniversary there, and it was just a different experience. And I think sometimes we take for granted what is around us and what is in front of us. And so I remember the first time I came from Samoa to the Hawaiian Islands, and then of course when I came to the mainland. I'm not originally from America. I'm from American Samoa, small island, and yet you come here and you have been accustomed to some of the customs, and some of the you adjust to it because of your training. You begin to embrace everything as normal. But then my wife and I moved from Tampa, Florida to Las Vegas. And I remember the fascination I had for Las Vegas when we first drive there. Wow, you just look and you see amazing things. And then my wife and I walked from where the Mandalay Bay is on the Las Vegas Strip, walked all the way up to where the stratosphere is. And by the time we got there, we were wiped. It's too big. But we were also impressed with all the things that has to do with Las Vegas. It might as well be another national park, Las Vegas. But, and then from there, we had a chance to go to the Grand Canyon. And the Grand Canyon was just out of this world. I mean, I remember standing there and thinking, this is just a small part of America as a big country. But you look out and you just couldn't believe how big and how monstrous the Grand Canyon is. And then, of course, my wife and I and our nephew from Vermont, he flew in and we took him, and he wanted to go to the south entrance to the Grand Canyon. And we got there and it was another whole different experience. And so just an amazing one. And then we stop at different stops because everywhere you drive, you stop and you go out and you see another whole angle of the Grand Canyon. This is the southern side, but we were on the northern side before. And then we went to the coast of California, going up to where the Hearst Castle is. That is another national monument. It's just amazing. Out of the nowhere and the ocean on the forefront, out of nowhere was this castle that was built with so many different architectural forms and all of that. California alone is a wonder of the world with so many wonderful things. You go to the Golden Gate, and that's another. The Golden Gate Bridge was another amazing experience. And then you go to the forest there near on that side of the Bay Area. It's just amazing. The thing I wanted to mention is that I got excited when I saw so many of these foreigners coming, and they're taking advantage of their being here to go and check out some of the things that are normal to us who live here. But sometimes we never took the time to go and inspect how special it is that we have these around us. The national park, and then of course the state parks, is another whole issue altogether. And you go up to California to go to Big Bear Lake and Lake Arrowhead. That's my experience of Lake Arrowhead, was where I ate my first frozen chocolate-covered banana. That was what I remember Lake Arrowhead with, because it was very different. And the experience in that, I mean, it's just like one of the things that I keep hearing these tourists and these foreigners saying is the word amazing, amazing, amazing. And I'm thinking, wow, this is true, because even as a foreigner from outside of America, because it's funny enough that the national park, the American National Park, is also in the island where I grew up as a little boy. America came and make an agreement with some of the chief of the village, and they gave America the mountains that goes up into the largest tropical rainforest in the islands, and they gave it as part of the national park. And that's a part of the whole national park. It goes from one island to another island. The whole of my island group, called Manua in Samoa, American Samoa, is part of the national park of America. And boy, it's just amazing. And for some time I didn't understand what it is, until now that I have a complete mental idea of how America reserves some of its natural beauty from, the careless planning and the careless interfacing. But there are some things that are governed by the rules of the national parks that preserve the beauty and the natural values of America as a land. So it makes you wonder. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to one national park in America? How about 2 national parks? How about 5? And maybe that's why we don't appreciate our country so much, because we have a very limited perspective and a limited view of how vast it is. I remember my wife and I, when we went to Canada, we went to Alberta and we saw Banff. My goodness, that's a beautiful, beautiful mountain range. And then, of course, the setting and all of that. And then you come to Utah and you go up to Park City, and that's another national park. Oh my God, this country is full of wonderful places. That gave me an idea and a thought. What if we can ask some of our subscribers and some of our people who are watching my video, and I would love to hear from you. How many national parks have you been to? Now, right now, when my nephew was here from Vermont, we went to some of these places, and you can buy a national park ticket for a year, annual pass, and then you can go from one place to another. Because if you don't, then every time you go to a national park, you pay a fee to get in for that one visit. But if you pay for a year, you can go to as many national parks as you can for that one price. That's amazing. That is amazing. That makes America so unique and so special. But it also leaves this impression in my mind. I mean, the tourism industry in America can be based on American national parks. And people will come by the millions to America. And there's enough space in between the different national parks that you can have millions in one park and spread it out all among the national parks. millions of tourists can come to America, and it will not impact like, overpopulation. But what about us here in America who live in America? We can get up, get in the car, and drive. I am so grateful that I had a chance to visit some of these national parks and went there and had a chance to just impact on the bigness, the vastness of that. And then you go to some of these places where, it reminds me of what the Bible says in Psalms: the Lord is my shepherd, I will not lack anything. He makes me lie down in green grass. You can go to some of these parks, and there are some nice green areas. And then the forest and the junk and the bush around. And then you can go to some of these other places where you're gonna need God to guide you in the right path to go to one place to another, because they're so humongous and so vast. So I thought, what if I were to ask you if you can watch a YouTube video called the national parks, and they have a top 25 of 63, I believe, 63 or 100 national parks across the U.S. And because the one that I had, the national park on my island group in the Pacific is not even included in there. But there's the volcano in Hawaii, which is a part of the national park. And if you go there, and you can see the vastness of the crater that was formed by the lava that flow out of there. That's a national park. And you can walk around different places, and you can walk, and the steam come up and heat the place. So it's just amazing. And maybe even if you're from a different country, you may share a story of your own experience, and maybe you can give us an idea of what we can promote and help other people who are traveling to your country to come specifically for that area, so they can experience what you are experiencing. And you can put that in your comment below on the comment the comment site, and let us know what we can do. And I'm very, very interested in this, because I remember how it impacted me. And now when I see other people going and experience this, I can almost see myself through them. Now, you be careful when you go to Grand Canyons, because there are so many areas where you're tempted to just go down. And you can go down in some of these places. There are places where you can see the trail, and people are going down all the time. But be careful, because there are advice on YouTube on how you can be safe, and safety risks and all of that, and taking care of your body, making sure that you are dehydrated right, and all of that. But if you have a story, to me, I don't need to go down to experience anything more. For me, I'm just happy to just stand along the rails of this. And they have built strong railings along the side with I know there's another national park called Bryce here in St. George, in Utah, that you look down and you see all of these amazing they're like they're like rows and rows and rows of beautiful different colors of rocks on the bottom, and you're standing on top looking down, and you don't have to go in, because you're up there looking down into the canyons. This is the Bryce Canyon National Park. There's a Zion National Park, and that you can drive between the two for maybe an hour to 2 hours, and you're in one of those, and they are incredibly amazing experience. I have been to the Zion National Park about 10 times because sometimes I just go there. My wife and I would just go and have a cup of coffee at the entrance of the Zion National Park, and you're already surrounded by red mountains, red rock mountains, just spectacular views. And I hope this would encourage you to take the time and experience for yourself what is in your grasp where you are, and find out if there is a national park close to where you are, and go to my nose to up. I am so excited excuse me, about the possibility of how we don't have to just be secondary people listening to these foreigners telling their stories. We can go there and experience it ourselves. And the chances are, you being out there, you'll make friends, because there are people traveling around the country going from one national park. I know people who are doing that and making that a part of their own travel plans, to go from one national park to another and experience it firsthand. Take a recording. Where now we all have phones, and the wonderful things about that is that you don't have to just take pictures. You can take pictures, but you can also take a video of what it was like. We went to another place down by Page, which is an incredible place, and we went and saw some of the places where they were adjusting the big birds from California to here, and we were watching. There are people there watching the eggs hatch. That's all they do from universities. They have their big lens cameras focus on the narrow thing where the bird is being groomed, and just, oh my God, it is just amazing. It's just amazing. And here's what I would like to ask you. Have you ever considered, maybe you are feeling isolated in your life. Maybe you're feeling like nobody cares because of your age level, maybe because of circumstances, because of relationship issues. But have you ever considered going out, and instead of going looking for friends, you go looking for beauty and find friends? Because there are other people who are coming there too, who are looking for beauty. And when they connect with other people who have similar interests, they become friends. And the result of that is an incredible community of people that will be connected because of the beauty of America. This is Sosene, by the way. Please subscribe to the channel, and also, if you can give me a suggestion on how you feel and what you think about all of the excitement going around in America with the hosting of the World Cup. Tell me what you are thinking. Tell me what you hope and wish. Because for me, I hope for America to have a better narrative that will cause not just the European minds, because that is their influence. They will take their story and their influence to their country. But to me, what is exciting to me is what it is leaving in America is the awareness that there are other people who appreciate your country, who appreciate our country. For the first time, they are not just looking through the class of what the tourist says and what the media says. They are coming here and they're seeing it for the first time as human beings. This is Sosene Leao. I hope to get some feedback from you, and please let me know where you're watching this video from. And for all that is worth it, I'd like to encourage you to please consider taking a trip to a nearby national park, or to a couple of them, and go and experience it for the first time. Take your telephone, your phone and camera there, and take some videos, and then share with us your story of what happens to you. Share with us a story of people you met there who have made a difference and a connection with you. All right? This is Jose Neleao saying thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye for now.